welcome back everybody to our playthrough of Donkey Kong Country Returns. When last we left off, we had beaten Stu, the giant bird, the boss of the ruins area, and obviously have left the ruins area for the Caverns area. And yes, our first level here is Rickety Rails. Yeah, as you can tell by the train track going on in the background, there's going to be a lot of levels themed with rail in the caves. And I guess it makes sense. This little bit here can be an easy to miss puzzle piece. Is it? It's not in one of these things, I think. It's in the top of... Oh wait, I think, yeah, that giant gaping hole over there, that's pretty hard to miss. Brain lapse. Anyways. Now we get to explodey things. Always fun. Heading on here, nothing too out of the way yet. But now we have whole new things to discover and see what possibly lies in these hidden items that you can hit in the background. Hidden items? Things that you can find in the background. Nothing really yet. Don't put it past them, though, to hide a puzzle piece, see? And now we begin one of the most infamously... annoying is not the word, because these are fun sections, I guess. But I have to admit, even in the first Donkey Kong Country, I never really was a fan of the mine-carting part. I don't know what it was about it, I just never thought it was... I was always really bad at it, that's possibly a reason. I just always found them really hard to control. The jumping was always... I mean, there were secrets always to be found, and believe me, this game is no exception, where it has to be the specific right kind of jump. And more often than not, as you're going to see, I won't really make it, but... At any rate, it's cool to get the old Caverns music going. And, of course, the graphics are always a delight. That was a pretty epic icicle crash. Hoping... Sorry, I was pausing to make sure if I hadn't forgotten any puzzle pieces. I don't think I have, so... Well... There goes that one. So I don't think I think that's all the puzzle pieces we can get up to this point. The next one's gonna be slightly tricky to find, but it won't be that bad, really. So I apologize about the last video getting up so late. Had a lot of troubles with the uploading file sharing that I use. I know that most producers or directors on the channel use either Mediafire or Gamefront, but both of those have never really been very good for me. I mean, Mediafire obviously works well if you have a paid subscription, but something I can recommend for the future use is... Everybody knows about how Mega Upload kind of kicked the bucket. That was a while ago, I think that was a few years ago. But they have, the guys who did Mega Upload have a new website that I heard about on NPR, and I was like, oh, I might want to check this out. And it's called Mega, simply, that's it, mega.co.nz, because I think they're based in New Zealand, or at least it would seem that they are. And it is up to 50 gigabytes free storage, and it works spectacularly well, or at least it has in the past. But for whatever reason, for this last video I did, it was not working. And by the way, the specific time to jump for that is a little bit after you're off the tracks. It'll feel weird at first, but that's just that level. So it wasn't working for the last video, and I guess it was, I don't know if it was Battle Productions or whoever was IMing me about it was saying, oh, you know, try something else, or do this, or do that. It's not working, keeps getting an error message. So I found out, I tried to go back to Mediafire and found out that they had a discounted price for the course of a year. So now I kind of have like a backup and a main thing. So Mediafire is, as always, reliable, and Mega is, in my humblest of opinions, better, but, you know, whatever. Anyways, did you like the karting in the last level? Or let's do some more karting! Yeah, you can expect a lot of shaky-looking editing, because I'm probably gonna die a lot in this one. So I'm gonna try to cut most of it out. Because save points are kind of few and far between. And after a while, I don't want to show the pig. Because after you die so many times at certain save points, the pig, who, again, that's his name, because I don't know his name, will come on and say, oh, well, here's a way we can help you because you clearly suck at this. I feel like I've mentioned that in past segments, how it feels really degrading to see it, because it's like, hey, we know you suck, so let's show you how a computer would correctly do it. And yes, that's happened to me quite frequently in the past, so it's no fun. I missed it. In getting it again, I actually made a suicide jump for it. Totally worth it. Anyway. Now, we get actually a pretty interesting part here. You notice a track right above us. The thing about that is, when we go on the track underneath it, well, of course, we'll get this cart first. There we go. And now this happens. Yeah, a choo-choo train that ever so graciously happens to have a big patch of grass that it carries underneath itself that we can latch onto. Logic. Nobody knows it in this game, or in the video game universe, just in general. And now this part gets a little bit tricky, as you kind of have to go back and forth. You don't really have to, but to get all the bananas, I mean, who would want to miss out on extra lives like that, because they're so necessary? And yeah, here, obviously, it's necessary to jump. Ugh. Yeah, knew I would miss that jump. Yeah, see there, the pig does come up, because it gets to a point where it's not like I'm trying to go for those pieces anymore since I got them once. But even after this little segment, there are some parts that get a little tricky. And evidently, since I died so many times, obviously, they're not a little tricky, they're a lot tricky, but whatever. Over, and there that goes. Poor train. It was helpful to me. This is what I kept missing. This is one you have to have Diddy Kong for, pretty much, so that you can get to the floating tiki in time in order to get back to where the G is. And then that is that annoyance of a level. Thank you for the bananas. They were my ill-deserved prize. So now we have access to our dearest grandfather who loves us so much. He has plans for these coins, huh? Is he going to... I would say, is he going to Vegas, but that'd be a meta joke. Saw that the Hangover 3 is coming out, by the way. Yeah, thanks, Grandpa. And it looks exactly like the last two, which I gotta say I'm not surprised. And if you haven't seen the Hangovers, if you're too young, or if you think they're stupid, you're right, they are pretty stupid, but some of it's funny. Not that I'd see them again, but there are some lines that are, in some scenes, that are really funny. Hey, look, we've got an opening immediately to the left of us. That certainly must mean that there's not a puzzle piece there. How about that? Toying with our expectations, are they? Hey, let's do more minecarting! I love this stuff! Except this time it's actual, like, we guide the cart instead of just, kind of jumping from cart to cart. And this one is arguably harder because, yeah, those icicle-looking ceilings, yes, they will kill you. And that O is a bee sting to get. You have to jump right as you get free from the ceiling spikes there. It's difficult, but doable nonetheless. And those bananas look like red herrings to have to jump for, hey, look at this, by the way. Puzzle piece. Those bananas looked like red herrings to jump for potential save bonus areas. They aren't. All the puzzle pieces in here are plainly easy to get. Yeah, I saw that shaky editing. That spot gave me a little trouble. Anyways, yeah, bombs away, I guess. Whatever. Haha, he totally didn't die? What the hell? Giant bomb. Seemed like it would do a lot more. This part here is actually kind of fun, if I'm honest. It's straightforward, just jumping, but they really have fun with the foreground and the scenery, basically. Aha! They didn't have it at the beginning to the left, so they have it at the end to the right. Man, they're really toying with my expectations, aren't they? Anyways. So, I don't know, I might cut this segment a little short. Well, you guys will think it's short. For me, it's been, like, almost 45 minutes of recording, so... In the next segment, after we get this puzzle piece here and finish up the level, we'll tackle on the rest of the caverns. And yeah, I die a lot in these levels, so I know it was very noticeable in some areas, my editing. Hopefully next segment will not have to be so intensely edited. I don't think it will. The levels don't get any harder, really. But yeah, next time, more of the caves levels. So, and also frequent uploads, now that I have Mediafire again. But, whatever. Next time, Crowded Cavern and Mole Patrol. Ugh. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.